All right, guys, so this is about a 2-gallon bucket, and I'm about half full here. This is all brass. At least I believe it's all brass. I would definitely, if you're going to melt any brass from cartridges like this, I would definitely recommend using a magnet and going through them. Make sure you don't have a steel one in there. And anyhow, I've got quite a few here. I've got 223. I've got some 30-06, I got some 308, I got a lot of 9mm, 380s, and 45s. So guys, we're gonna weigh the bucket. Let's see, where am I at here? I'm on ounces. Go to pounds and ounces. Right there. And the little bucket weighs, looks like it weighs 14 ounces. Yep, 14 ounces. So that's what the bucket weighs by itself. Let me be right back and we'll get some brass in there and see what it weighs this way and deducts 14 ounces. So that's 7 pounds 12. Yeah, so we got a good probably 6.5 pounds of brass deducting for the bucket. So let me show you what I think I'm going to do. Be back. We're actually going to tear it this time. It's 5.4. Okay, so now we're going to start putting brass in here. A couple more 223s. Okay, 16/8 is what we're going to have for brass. That's going to be our melt, and we'll do 1 bar. That should be an easy pour. All right, we will be back. All right, guys, so this is going to be the setup today. As you can see, that's the propane bottle over there. Those tools laying right here are for tightening up the gas line there, and on the foundry that's over there. Right here's the foundry. The little propane bottle I'll use to fire it off. And if we look over this way, right into the sun, it's pretty dark over here, isn't it? Okay, let's see, where am I? Can I see? Yeah, right here. When I pull the hot lid off, it'll go here. That's my gold pan with the 16 point, I think it's 16/8 or whatever it is, worth of brass cartridges. Let's see, that's going to be where I put the crucible when I pull it. This is an overflow mold, and this will be the first mold. We'll go there. These are all the tools here for, oh, too far, sorry. This is for pouring, the big one, the black one. This one is for pulling the crucible. Obviously, these are my gloves, my welding gloves. The silver guy here is for the crucible also. Stir rod is, where's my stir rod? The stir rod is right there behind the bottle. That's what I'll stir if we have a lot of dross, and I got the little scoopy thing here for getting it out. But anyhow, this is the plan for today. I've got one more thing I got to get, and I'll be back. I'm outside here today for a couple reasons. One, this is real toxic when you burn brass, and I do have a respirator, and I'm probably going to put that on a little bit later after we get cooking here. The other is I can keep that bottle in the sun because it tries to freeze up on me when I'm running hard. So what we're going to do now, we're going to light, and I'll probably start out at, let's see, I'll probably start out about 15 psi or so. So let me see if I can stay out of the way here long enough for you to see it. And that's on. And 15. That's easy enough. Give her a little bit of air. Good. Get my lid. Okay, so we're going to run for about 10 minutes. Better, that might be good here because I'm going to feed from right down here, right where the gold pan is, I believe. Anyhow, that's the plan. Be back. All right, guys, I'm about 929 centigrade. I need to be 900 to 940, so I'm good to go. I had to change from the plastic gold pan to something I can use to pour the cartridges in, and it was going to be this cast iron frying pan. So let's see what we can do here. I'll still try to use this a little bit to get it started. So I was afraid they would fall out. Yeah, no good. I didn't think this through. Can't pick up nothing. Try it like this. Okay, there's a full load. That's about 800 degrees still. So, guys, I'm going to do a pre-stir to get all the brass on there at the bottom. I don't have the respirator on yet. It'll be all right. We're not smoking yet. Oh yeah, we are. Guys, I'm ready to put the borax in. I'll just do a stir, and then we'll stir it again. And we'll let that come to the top. Right back up. And I'll be able to see why you need a respirator with all that coming up out of there. Okay, I'm going to shut her down again and try to get the dross. I hope you can hear me because I do have a 2 canister respirator. Okay guys, I'm going to get these molds off the top of the foundry. First, then we'll do the pour. That was pretty cool. What is that? Okay. That was 16.8 ounces. And I probably, when I skimmed that dross, I got mainly, wow, that was really pure. That was really good. There's no dross in there. Very good, very good, very good, very good. So, there that is. Let me get some water, and we'll throw them in the water, clean them up, and see how pretty it is. Be back. Hey guys, I took it in the shady shop and got it out of the mold. Let it cool down a little bit more. Yeah, so we'll pick it up and put it in the water. Oh, that's gonna be a nice one. Let me get that cleaned up here. I'll take it in the shop. I probably won't let you see me wire wheel it because it's the same old stuff. But this brass was entirely different than that last brass pour I did that was from the brass bed. It had much less smoke, and it didn't turn black on us. It looked really good. I mean, I've got a little bit of borax baked on the top. It won't get with the wire wheel. All right, be back. Hey guys, here she is. Fresh off the wire wheel. And we've got 15.4. I got some nice ripples on this side and that end. And I think the difference in color and the difference in the way this poured was that there was more copper in it and less zinc. Because it can vary vastly from 60 something to 90 something percent copper to I don't know. They can be all over depending on the quality, and I think the quality of this is better than the brass bed. That was what I pulled out for dross. Including that one. And now we're 16.4. So if I hadn't pulled that out for dross, we'd have had our 1 pound bar. All right, anyhow, it was a good pour. Really enjoyed it, had fun with this one. So if you find any brass cartridges laying around, you don't have to knock the primer out, but make sure that it's been fired, and you don't want to throw it in the fire with a hot primer. So anyhow, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, come back again, give it a great comment. And thank you so much for watching another one of these. They're getting better as they go. Thanks so much for watching. God bless.